Welcome to Earth Archives, where one of the most intriguing interests for us humans residing on Earth is the curiosity about whether we are the only civilization in this universe. Many believe that there should be more advanced civilizations, hence the incessant emergence of UFO incidents. Regardless of their authenticity, these incidents have caused a sensation at the time. Today, we will talk about the Betz Sphere, an incident that is not as well known. Before we start, please subscribe to the program, share it, and if you can leave a comment, that would be even better. Now, let's begin the program. Imagine this: you step out of your house into the yard and find a strange metal ball, a little smaller than an 8-inch diameter bowling ball, but larger than the sturdiest 22-pound professional bowling ball used by players. This is exactly what happened in 1974 when the Betz family found what is now known as the Betz Sphere, near their home on Georgetown Island, Florida. In March or April of 1974, 3 members of the Betz family, parents Jerry and Antoine, and their eldest son Terry, were walking in the woods around their home on Jacksonville's Fort George Island. Terry discovered a strange metallic sphere, which no one knew would affect the family's life for many years to come. The sphere was about the size of a bowling ball. Terry, then a 21-year-old pre-med student, thought the ball was strange and would make a good souvenir, so he brought it home. The Betz couple didn't pay much attention to the sphere at first, until one day, Terry was playing the guitar near the sphere. That's when strange things started to happen. The sphere began to hum. Then unusual events occurred. The sphere seemed to roll on its own, change direction, and suddenly stop. It would even vibrate and emit a high-pitched sound, causing dogs to whimper and cover their ears. It would even change direction midway while rolling in one direction and return to the person who rolled it. Before long, the Betz Sphere, also known as the Mystery Sphere, or simply the Odd Ball, began to attract attention. Local supernatural phenomenon radio show host Ron Kivett was one of the first to inspect it. Kivett, who also holds a place in local legend as one of the scriptwriters for the locally produced cult monster movie, Zart, confirmed the Betz family's claims about the sphere's movement and unusual behavior. Like many who came after him, he firmly believed the sphere originated from extraterrestrial sources, a device created by some cosmic intelligence for opaque purposes. By mid-April, the Betz Sphere had also caught the attention of the news. It's unclear whether the Betz couple contacted the media or if reporters heard about it in town, but local Jacksonville newspapers, Jacksonville Journal, and Florida Times-Union, began reporting on the incident and interviewed Jerry. Lindsay Kilbride stated that the sphere captured people's curiosity. At that time, UFOs were very popular, and from then on, the story became more eye-catching. Within a week or two after the Betz Sphere became a local headline, it became a national story, and even international publications reported on it. In the spring of 1974, journalists from around the world were asking, "What is this crazy thing happening in Jacksonville?" The incident was so sensational that the U.S. Navy wanted to take a look at the Betz Sphere. Jerry, a savvy businessman, drafted a contract stipulating that the Navy had 2 weeks to inspect the sphere at Naval Station Mayport and promised to return it if it was found not to be government property. In contemporary news reports, a Navy spokesperson stated that they only found the sphere to be made of stainless steel, not U.S. property, and while they couldn't determine its use, they were sure it was built on Earth. The Navy also stated that the Betz Sphere's tendency to move was due to a small triangular fragment on the surface, disrupting its perfect balance, and that the Betz's house floor was uneven, making rolling natural. "I don't know who made it," the spokesperson said, "but I say it's from Earth. We do know for sure it's not an explosive, it's not dangerous. I believe the sphere moves because of the construction of the house. It's old, and the stone floor is uneven. The sphere is almost perfectly balanced, and it only takes a little dent to make it move or change direction." However, after the Navy inspected the sphere and determined its composition, they ultimately compared the sphere with stainless steel balls in stock at the Jacksonville equipment. According to reports, the Betz family sent the sphere to astronomer and renowned ufologist J. Allen Hynek for inspection, who agreed that the object was man-made. The Betz family's fanciful ideas included, for example, 16th century 431 steel, silver-plated, or an incredible solid metal satellite, leading many mystery theorists to believe it was made by aliens. According to reports, even advanced extraterrestrial technology is unlikely to use Earth's steel alloy 431, which is now used for airplanes and items such as fasteners and bolts. It's impossible for it to remain intact during the long, high-temperature fall to Earth. Even a solid steel ball cannot escape damage. The person who solved the mystery was still a scientist. Shortly after the story of the Betz Sphere was exposed, the National Enquirer convened a panel of 5 UFO investigators in New Orleans. Despite the notorious sponsor and theme, each member was a scientist or engineer in their own right. This included Northwestern University astronomy professor J. Allen Hynek, the most famous UFOlogist of the time. The Enquirer sent Terry Betz and the Sphere over for the panel to investigate. Apparently, Hynek and his colleagues were unimpressed with the Sphere and agreed with the Navy's view that it was man-made. These conclusions did not diminish people's interest in the Sphere. About a year and a half after the Sphere became national news, the Betz family perhaps had enough and stopped talking about the Sphere. The recording of my interview with Jerry at the time was extremely hard for his family, Kilbride said. Jerry's phone was ringing non-stop 24 hours a day. People showed up near their home, greatly changing their lives. Since the Betz couple no longer conducted investigations related to the Sphere, it was never explicitly proven what made it or how it arrived at George Island. Soon after, the Betz family returned to normal life. Despite staying away from media attention, Jerry was a business owner involved in real estate and truck transportation, and Antoine was a marine biologist. Jerry continued to be active in the community and was willing to talk about almost anything other than the Betz Sphere. Even so, UFO enthusiasts, Jacksonville history buffs, and crazy story lovers still retain memories of the Betz Sphere. Despite no news about the Betz Sphere or comments from the Betz family for many years, the Sphere continues to appear in books, shows, and websites about aliens and unexplained mysteries. In 2017, the History Channel had a program, Ancient Alien, about the Betz Sphere. Additionally, according to more skeptical news articles, the Sphere's specifications match very closely with the ball in industrial ball check valves, and the Betz Sphere is strikingly similar to a sphere that was retired from the Northside paper mill 15 years before it was found. In 2019, Lindsay Kilbride and WJCT Public Media launched a podcast, Oddball, which became the most comprehensive and complete report ever on the Betz Sphere. Kilbride first encountered the story in Ancient Alien. They didn't delve deep into it in this episode. They just listed what was already on the internet, basically saying, this is a UFO. So far, Kilbride has combed through all newspaper archives and interview recordings, interviewed people who have dealt with the Sphere and the Betz family, and answered some interesting questions about the Sphere, then raised more funds. But there are still some unanswered questions, such as whether the Navy tried to keep the Sphere. Did J. Allen Hynek secretly visit the Betz family? And where is the Sphere now? UFO incidents are definitely a topic that attracts people's attention, but over the years many incidents have been proven to be man-made fabrications and then forgotten. But with the Betz Sphere, there's no solution, and the family doesn't seem to have benefited much from the incident, which makes it even more intriguing, doesn't it?